Hey y'all, welcome back. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make this adorable ghost wreath using a breast cancer ribbon wreath frame from Dollar Tree. Now, I had seen this in one of the crafting groups I'm in. It was made by someone named Sarah, so I don't know if Sarah watches my channel, but if you do, hi Sarah, and yours was adorable. But anyway, stay tuned and I'm going to show you how to make it. Hey y'all, let us get started. First off, you're going to need one of the breast cancer awareness wreath frames. This one came from Dollar Tree. And Dollar Tree, you know, we're getting close to October. They're starting to put these out now. So keep an eye out and see if your stores have them. I'm not sure about Michael's, Hobby Lobby, other stores like that. But this one came from Dollar Tree. So just keep your eyes open. I'm going to first take a piece of cardboard and I'm going to lay it underneath here. I need to trim off this little thing right here. This is sticking out and it's bothering me. The little nubbies. You don't want your nubbies sticking out. But anyway, I'm just going to trace the inside of my frame here, okay? Like so. And we're going to set this off to the side, okay? We're going to use that here in a minute. But I wanted to trace it before I started putting on the yarn. Now, for this yarn, y'all have seen me use this in previous videos, and I have lost the label that came on this one. But anyway, one of these should be more than enough to do this wreath. And you can see this is just fuzzy yarn, Bernat blanket yarn. You can get this at Michael's. Walmart has their own brand. All craft stores pretty much have their own brands. But this is the nice, big, fuzzy yarn. And what I'm going to start doing is we're going to start wrapping our wreath. So I'm going to start down here and I'm just going to wrap this piece of yarn around it, and then I'm going to use a blob of hot glue to hold it in place so that it don't come off and so that it doesn't slip around while we're working. Okay, so I just have a blob of glue there, and I'm just going to hold this yarn in place until this glue sets up and holds it down for me. Okay, so there's fuzzies on it. Oh my gosh, this yarn was laying over there where the moss was, and now it's stuck. But anyway, I just cut off a good amount of yarn and I've rolled it up into a ball. This is just going to make things easier, okay? And now we're just going to take it and we're going to wrap this whole rounded part up here. Okay, so you can see we've come all the way around, and I will go back and space these out a little bit better once I get everything done and glued into place. But we've come all the way around, and now we are here sort of like at this big, huge crossbar section here. Now, don't worry if this part right here is not perfect, because we're going to be putting a bow on it here in a little bit, okay? Like the bow tie. So I'm just going to do the best that I can. Just wrapping around here just to try to cover up the bulk of that middle part. Okay, so I finished off here and I've attached a new piece of yarn. Like I said, now we are just going to start wrapping this way. I'm going to try to cover this, but like I said, this part really doesn't matter too much because we're getting ready here in a little bit to put a bow tie on it. So when you're wrapping around this way, we're just going around, and I'm going to come down here, and then we're just going to keep wrapping all the way around. You're not going to wrap these individually. You're going to wrap it all the way across. Now, that's going to get a little fiddly, and you're probably going to have to use a few dots of hot glue here and there just to hold everything in place. See, I'm just going to put some right here and right there just to hold it down to help you out a little bit. And I'm really just going to take my time with this and go all the way down to like so. So I'm just going to keep wrapping until I get here, and then we'll see how we're going to do this down here. Okay, so I'm down here at the two little legs here, and I'm just going to keep wrapping around just like so. Just putting it right up against each other. And I'm going to just keep going. Like I said, put you a blob of glue every now and again just to kind of hold everything in place. And I'm just going to keep going all the way down to the bottom. Okay, so I have worked my way all the way down. I've glued it here and glued it here. And now we are going to move on and start working on the face. Now, this is the piece that we had traced out a while ago. There's glue and hairs everywhere. Oh, my goodness. This is what we had traced out a while ago. Now, you're going to cut this out, but you're going to cut it bigger than what you traced, okay? You're going to cut it just a little bit bigger because you need to have some, you know, this is going to be the inside, and then you're going to need it to be bigger so that we can attach it to the frame, okay? So I'm just cutting it just a little bit bigger, and we're going to add yarn to this, and the yarn, of course, is going to give it some bulk and make it even larger. And the yarn that we just wrapped around the frame, of course, made the frame a little bit larger. So this right here, this should be pretty good. Get that over there. And now we're going to do the same thing kind of that we did with our frame over there. We are just going to wrap this with yarn. Just try to get this straight across. Like I said, this doesn't have to be perfect up top here because it's going to be hidden. We're going to glue it down to the frame. But anyway, we are just going to start wrapping our little piece of cardboard here. Bring it around. I'll trim this off here in a little bit. We're just going to completely wrap our piece of cardboard from here all the way down. This is the front of our wreath here. And now what we're going to do is let's flip this over. And then, oops, I didn't trim this off, did I? See? I forgot. But this is going to be the front, I think. Yeah, because this in the back was a little lumpy. I'm just going to put glue right around the edge here. And then we're going to glue it to the back. And that's going to give us like our solid face to work with. So be careful. I'm probably going to burn myself. Okay, there we go. And you're just going to press that down. Let me make sure I got it up top now. You're just going to press that down, and I'm going to hold that until the glue sets up. Okay, so this is the face. And now we need to add something down here, some tassels or something. Where did my yarn go? I dropped it. Oh my goodness, it's way back here. Okay, I'm back. I'm with you. So once again, we're going to flip this over to the back. And now we're just going to cut some pieces of yarn. And we're going to glue down here. Uh-oh, I need to stick that down. We're going to glue it down here at the bottom, right across here. So I'm just going to kind of start in the middle, I guess. And I'm just going, this is too long, I think. I'm just going to glue it down right there. And then I'm just going to cut some more, and I'm going to glue them all the way across. Don't worry if they're even on the bottom right now, because we're going to even them out. I'm going to hang it up, and then I'm going to trim across the bottom, okay? So I'm just going to glue these all the way around, across, whatever. You know what I mean. I'll be back. So I trimmed down the little tail part. Here's a little bottom. Now this is some Dollar Tree Halloween ribbon. It's 2.5 inches wide. And we're going to make him a bow tie. I love this. Orange with the black pumpkin. All right, so let's see. Let's trim off. Do I want to trim off the end? No, it looks okay. It's not all raggedy. So now I'm just going to measure about how wide I want this bow. I say right about there looks good. And then I'm just going to fold that in half. I got glue on my hand. I'm just going to fold that in half there. Okay. Now let's trim it. Boop. Now let's put Mr. Ghosty over here out of the way while we make this bow. So I'm just going to, let's bring this in. And I'm going to put just a little bit of hot glue right here, here, here. And then we're going to bring over this other edge, and I'm going to hold that in place and let the glue set up. Okay, so I have 3 loops that I just made. 2 of them are of the equal size. One of them is a little bit smaller, okay? Now I have a piece of, come here, I have a piece of floral wire over here. I just kind of bent that in half because we're going to be using this to wrap around our bow. All right, and I think I want to go ahead and put the tail in with that as well. But anyway, take your bigger loops, fold to you, and then back, and hold that. Here's the bigger loop, fold towards you, and then back. I'm just going to put those together like so. And then here is the one that's not quite as large, not quite as wide, I guess I could say. And I'm going to layer that right on top. I know it looks like a mess, but bear with me, okay? Now we're going to wrap the wire around and tighten it down, and that's going to hold everything in place. Now for the tail, you can see I just cut a length of ribbon, and then I've dovetailed the ends. And I'm going to go right for the middle here, and I'm going to hold this on the back of the bow. And again, I'm going to wrap the wire around it to hold it in place. Okay, I know it's looking rough. Just give me a minute. We're going to get to that part here in a second. We're going to fix it. I promise we're going to fix it. So now I just have a shorter piece of the ribbon, and I'm just going to fold it in like so, then fold it in like so. I'm not even going to glue that. I usually do, but right now I don't feel like it, so I'm not going to do it. And now we're just going to wrap that around the center of your bow. Bring it to the back here. I'm going to pull this end down. Let's fold down that wire part right there. Now I'm just going to put a blob of hot glue there. And we're going to glue this part down here. Just hold that for a second, hoping that glue will set up. And then we're going to put some more hot glue there and then bring the other part of the ribbon up. And then I'm just going to hold this in place until the glue sets up. I think that glue has set up. Now you can fluff out your bow and make it look better, okay? Because this looks like a truck ran over it. Or a train or something large and heavy and cumbersome ran over it. So now we're just going to do that. The bigger ones, let's see. Okay, now it's kind of hard to see what I did. All right. So I want the bigger, wider loops in the back, and then the one that was shorter, that one needs to be up front. So I've got a blob of glue on my finger and it's sticking to the darn ribbon. Okay, so I'm going to fluff this out. So this is looking much better. Now let's get Mr. Ghosty here. And here, and that part right there that was so difficult to work with, we are going to be gluing the bow down right there. Okay, so I'm just going to put a big old blob right there. Big old blob. Big old blob. Oh, it's soaking down in there. Watch it run through, and then I wind up gluing it to the table. All right, let's stick the bow down there and hold that in place for a few minutes. Okay, so our bow is on. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take this piece of black felt, and this came from Joann's, but you know, you can get felt anywhere. So we're going to take this felt and we're going to cut out some eyes and a mouth. And like I said, this is difficult to hold. So I'm probably just going to take this and kind of move it down into my lap. And then I'm just going to take my scissors here and I'm going to cut out some felt ovals. Okay, so I cut out these pieces. I've not glued them down yet. I just laid them down there so I could kind of see about where I wanted them. And then I'm just going to use some hot glue here and I'm just going to stick them down. My glue gun is not 100% heated up yet, but you know what? It'll be all right. My cat is over here knocking a toy around. You've probably been hearing her through the whole video. She likes to lay in here with me while I'm doing stuff. And I let her, but she's having a good time with this toy. Okay. Let's put that right there. And I will do the other one. How cute is this? Okay, so now we have a piece of cardboard. Ooh, I need to trim that. And I'm going to use this for a hat, for his top hat, okay? And this is going to go right there. Is that a little too tall? Might be just a little too tall. Let's trim just a tiny bit off of here and see about where I want that to go. That looks good to me. Let's trim that, okay? That looks good to me. So now I'm going to set him over here out of the way so that we can work. Let me scoot my chair up. Got to be careful so I don't run over Black Cat's tail over here. Yes, my cat's name is Black Cat. So now we've got this piece of black felt and we are just going to be hot gluing it down to this piece of cardboard. This is going to be an indoor wreath for me and it's going to be hanging on a wall. So I'm not even concerned about covering the back of the cardboard. If you want to cover it, by all means, cover it. But I'm just going to glue the felt. I'm going to glue it here, 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 and here. So I've covered the square, and that's got glitter on it. Was it on this ribbon? Yep, there's glitter on this ribbon, so that's probably where it came from. And then I took a longer piece to use as the brim of the hat, and I'm just going to glue it down just right across there and hold that in place. Let's see. That looks good. What do you think? Does that look okay? Is that all right? Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Okay. Now, let's get the glue off of me. I'm going to put like a little band here, and I'm going to use the ribbon. Now, this ribbon that I used a while ago had like this big wrinkle in it. So let's see if I have a piece. Will that be long enough? Barely. It won't wrap around the sides, and that's not going to look right. But anyway, I'm going to take this ribbon. I'm going to have to work with it, I think. And I will try to, maybe I can just fold it in half. If I can fold it in half, that would have solved the problem. Yeah, I can do that. And let's bring it around this way. And we'll cut it right about here because I want it to, like I said, wrap around the back just to make it look better. So let us bring these edges together with a band on the hat, right like so. And then I'm just going to flip it over and let's bring the edges around. Well, this is just fiddly as all get out, isn't it? Like I said, you can cover the back of this with felt if you want to. I'm not going to. But anyway, let me glue this on. Okie doke. So this is our hat. I wanted something to break up all of this blackness here. Let's see. I think my little spider friend here will be just fine for that. So I'm just going to glue that right there. Okay. Now let us get Mr. Ghosty here, and I'm just going to glue his hat to the top of his head, and he will be ready. Now, how do you hang this? Like you hang any other wreath that you wrap with yarn, take you a piece of wire, that floral wire, and you can run it through the back of the yarn here, and just pull it up and make you a loop, and then you can hang that, you know, on your wreath hanger. Okay, so well, that's just adorable. Let's put his hat here at an angle. All right, so I'm just going to put on a bunch of glue here and just stick this hat down. All right, and there he is, our little ghost with his cute little top hat and his spider friend. Should I put another? Nah, I think one spider's enough. Yeah, one spider's enough. But how cute is that? But anyway, I'm going to get a picture of this. You've already seen it at the beginning, I know, but I'm going to get another one. I'm going to post it at the end of the video. I hope you like it. If you would, please give this video a thumbs up. Click subscribe. Check me out on other forms of social media, the links to all of which will be in the description box down below. And I'll see y'all next time. Bye.